Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good day, good afternoon, or good evening. We are proceeding, right, with the topic preparation for interviews, but we are dealing with 3.4 now, which is part 3. Preparation for interviews is part 3, right, but we're doing 3.4. Remember that we said we are going to be doing this in pieces. So we started with part 1, started part 2, then we are doing part 3. Part 3 has got subtopics, right? 3.1, 3.2, 3.3. So we are doing 3.4 now, right? So we're doing 3.4 now. In 3.4, we're dealing with two topics that we're going to be dealing with. The what is this? Why you, right? So we are dealing with that question. Why should we hire you out of this number of people that have applied? That is question number 1 we'll be dealing with. Question number 2, why are you leaving your current position, or are you intending to leave your current position? So those are the two things that we'll be dealing with in this particular video, right? But before we zoom to it, let me again thank you so much. Thank you so much for the feedback that we are receiving. It's very great and it's really encouraging, that we keep on doing more and more and more. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. We are so much grateful. We are humbled. In fact, we are so humbled to get so much feedback from you, and we promise that everything that you are highlighting, we are actually going to attend to it. Thank you so much. Now, let's look now at this question: why should we hire you? Right? Why should we hire you? We do understand that people are under a lot of stress, right? So some have lost jobs, some have never worked in their lives, some are breadwinners, etc., etc., etc. So now, a mistake is made by a lot of people when they are responding to this question, because they pitch this question, right, presenting themselves as the one who have to benefit from this position. Like, for instance, the answers that normally come up with saying, I'm a breadwinner at home, you know what, so if you employ me, you will be actually not helping me alone, but helping my whole family and extended family, which is true. It's true. It's a fact. But unfortunately, that's not what the answer is. That's not the answer they are looking for, right? Some would say, you know what, I promised my parents to build them a house, to take them out of the shack and all that when I graduated. And unfortunately, until now, I have not yet got the job. So this job will help me to build my parents or buy them a house. Some would say, my assets are being repossessed. Like, for instance, I lost job, my house is on the way, the car is on the way. So please, I've got children to feed and all that. So if you listen to these 3 answers that I've just gave now, these 3 answers are valid, very valid. These answers are very valid, very, very, extremely valid. But unfortunately, this is not the answer that the employer is looking for. Because in these answers, it's actually a company or an organization that is helping me. Yeah, it's not me helping the company. Remember, we've got a video, right, in our YouTube channel, which is understanding recruitment and selection process in South Africa. Understanding recruitment and selection process in South Africa. This video, this one I'm talking about. So if you watch that video, you will be able to respond to this question, because in that video, one of the things that we're doing, right, we are defining recruitment, right, which is a process, right, of identifying suitable candidates for the organization, for the vacancies of this particular organization. In simple terms, right, the organization has opened these vacancies. Then you need to understand, why did the organization open these vacancies, right, in order to respond to this question. This organization or department or employer did not open these vacancies because of the house that is being repossessed, because of someone who is a breadwinner, because of someone who promised his or her parents to buy them the house. No, they are not opening this position for that. So if you come and argue your case on those bases, you are not doing yourself any good, because this is not all about you. It's about the company, right? So let me give you 2 examples. I'm trying to simplify this as much as possible before I tell you, I advise on how to respond to this question. You know what? One day we were in a church and one of the guys said to us, Saints, if we are 5 churches in this community and the Masipala comes in to say, I'm closing all these churches because these churches are useless, right? But the criteria to do so, I'm calling a meeting of this community, right? As a Masipala, I'm calling a meeting. You will be there. Then I will say to this community, as the Masipala, I see that these churches are very useless in this community. Therefore, I decided to close them. But the criteria I'm going to use to close them, right, is actually going to be, what is this? It's going to be you, community members, okay? That you are going to say, yes, close this one, or don't close this one, but you must provide reasons why. Then we sat down. Then the guy said, if that can happen, do you think your church can be safe or not? Based on the impact of this church in this community. Then we sat down and we noticed that, you know what? Yeah, community can say we must be closed out because they're not appealing to the needs of the community, which means we were like any other church. Would come and go and fellowship and go home, come and fellowship and go home. But we were not really making any meaningful impact to this community by doing outreach and intervening into the needs of the community. Then we had to sit down and develop a strategy to actually uplift our game in terms of impacting this community, right? Which means now, after having that strategy and implementing it, it means we are actually separating ourselves. We're putting ourselves a step ahead from other churches, right? So now when the community say, no, these people must be closed out, they would say this one must not be closed out because this church is very impactful in this community. They are doing A, B, C, D. You see now, Oguchi, we have actually set ourselves aside and placed ourselves at a step forward than other churches that are here. Amen? I'm trying to make this example so that we understand. Number 2, we were chatting in one of the groups. Then I said to these guys, I was talking about this stepping ahead, being a step ahead. I said, look, guys, when we work, if you are working, try to have something that is going to put you at a step ahead than other colleagues, right? Whether it's a skill, a certain skill, whether it's a qualification or something, right? I even said to them, let's say, for instance, you are working, whichever type of work you're doing, I made an example of a security officer. Then I said to them, if we are all called as security officers and said the company is downsizing, right? As a result, it's going to lay off some of the people. What will make you stand out? Or are you going to join the group that is going to be laid off? So I was actually saying, always try by all means to set yourself apart from the group, although you are part of the group. Have something that is going to be always putting you at a step ahead than others. I even said to those guys, if you are a security, like for instance, do other short courses, like for instance, the camera, the ones that the controller, the firearm, the what, so that at least when they say we have to downsize, they look at, but no, we can't lose this one because this person is an all-rounder. We can be able to use him or her here and there and there and there. Other than the others who are only having that security guarding course only with nothing else. So Now, when these guys are saying, why should we hire you, right? They are actually opening a platform for you to sell yourself. Indeed, they are actually opening a platform, right? Because now it's you. You have to sell you to them, right? You have to separate yourself now from the other candidates, right? Because at the end of the day, one person must get the job, right? So you have to separate yourself now by selling yourself. As to no. I'm the one who's supposed to get this position, right? Because how do you do that? Number one, back to that video I've referred to. You understand, Uguti, this organization or department has a challenge, okay? It's either they are not meeting their targets, right? Or they are not performing according to their status because they lack a human resource. That's why they opened this position. They lack a human resource. Now they open this position to get this human resource to contribute or to assist the organization or the company or the department to reach its goals. So the argument yako should be you are a person who is coming, right, with particular set of skills and all that. I'm going to get into that shortly in a minute. But you are here to help them to achieve their goals. You can't help people that you don't know. You should have studied them and their mission, their vision, mission statement, their values, core values, their strategic oriented outcomes. So you should be knowing what exactly these guys, what are they doing? Okay? What are they doing? Right. So in the video that we did, which is analyzing advert, understanding the 6 elements of understanding advert, this video, this one, it has very good information on this point as to how do you know Uguti, organization of this, where do you get that information, right? But just to paraphrase it, if it's a government department, go to their website. There's, in fact, even if it's a private, it's a NGO, go to their website and check where they are saying about us. There's on the desktop there, you will see a rating saying about us. Click there. You're going to get the information there, right? Then take points on that, what they're doing. Go to their projects, where they are working, what are they doing and all that. Take notes on that so that you pitch according to that point, right? Then you are saying now, you are responding, you are saying, I am the best candidate for this job because I have noticed that you are doing ABCD, and I believe that maybe you are not reaching your targets. That's why you ended up opening this vacancy because of the human resource. I'm that human resource. I'm that person, right, who is going to be able to help the organization to reach its target. No, it's no longer about you. But you know at the back of your mind, but it's about me. Because when you get this job, my needs are sorted because they're going to pay me. That's number one. Project yourself as a person who's coming to assist them to achieve their goals. That's number one. How do you do that, right? Then you are saying now, based on the, one, academic qualifications, okay, in relation to the advert. Based on my academic qualifications, because I've done this, like for instance, let's say in the job advert, they advertise that they need a degree in health promotion, right? And here we are doing what is this? We are doing the TB management program. Okay. So you are saying that in as much as in your advert, you are requiring someone with the health promotion qualification. I have that. I've got extra short courses that I've done. Like for instance, your TB management program, your what, TB related, right? So policy development and all that, which are placing me in a very good position, right? To contribute meaningfully. So you pitch on your qualifications, right? What they required on the advert as well as what do you have, which is extra than they required, right? Point one, you tick. Point number two, skills. They listed most skills on the advert. You check on those skills. You also pitch to say, in as much as you listed skill A, B, C, D that you need, I also have this skill which can actually supplement so well to the achievement of your goals. Like for instance, your project management. I've done your project management skill. I've got the M&E skill. I've got this and that. So in terms of skills, right? Pitch on your skills. In relation to the job, pitch on the skill, right? Number 1, qualifications, skill. Number 3, experiences. Yabon? I'm able to deal with complex issues, with complex projects and all that. Then what I was doing in company A, Z that I worked, I did this and that. What I was doing, currently what I'm doing, how does it align to the advancement of the current course I'm competing for? You pick up now. That is 3. Experience. Okay? Experience. That is number 3. Then, after that, strengths. You come with your strengths now. Right? You know what? I'm also a good team member. I can work alone. Those are the things in terms of the strengths. Look at your strengths. You know your strengths. You know your strengths now. I'm bringing my strengths in this organization to make sure that we reach the target. Your strength. Let me make one, for example, the strength I had when I was competing one of the posts, and I got that post back in PE. It was a demand creation unit head for one of the organizations that were doing demand creation for medical circumcision. Okay. Then when it came to strengths, right, I used the strengths. I was already serving in different structures of the church. So different structures of the church. I was involved in certain community projects, right? Not for work purposes, but for my own extramural activities, if I may put it that way. So now, when you're doing demand creation, of course, you will need platforms, right? Where you are going to share the information and then people respond. I use that as my strength, to say, look, I'm serving in structures in church and this information is in there. I'm serving in these organizations in community projects and extramural activities, and this information is in there. So, if you employ me, I'm already having an advantage, right, of accessing those platforms. Not for me now, but for the organization. So that was my strength, which means my involvement in church-related activities, in community projects, at my own spare time, was actually my strength to this particular post. Right? The strength. Number 5, personal attributes. Personal attributes, right? Like hobbies, interest, and all that. Gifting, areas of gifting. I remember one of the posts that I also competed. My former boss, the one I was reporting to when I was going to that interview, said, you know what, Chief, use your sense of humor even in that interview, because that is a very good quality in as far as teamwork is concerned, right? So when you use that and you make people laugh and all that, that is going to be bringing a very good vibe in a team environment. So which means you will be able to diffuse some of the conflicts in the team by bringing that kind of things. You will make people laugh, and sort the minor issues before they even escalate. Then I used that in the interview I performed. I created jokes and all that. It doesn't make sense creating joke in an interview. I created jokes because that's my character. I made it a point that what was this? I'm capitalizing on that. Created jokes and everything was well, such that I got the post based on other things as well, not necessarily on the jokes only. So when I got the post, I got a feedback that, you know what? One of the things that separated you from the group was a sense of humor, which is a good for teamwork, right? So Uguti, personal attributes. So those are the 5 things that you need to be looking at, and this is how you address this particular question. Okay, let's do now question number 2. which is, why are you leaving your current employment, right? People, please, right? Do not badmouth your current employer. If you are leaving an organization, it's fine. That is not a crime. Leave from one organization to another or from one department to another. No, it's not a crime. But don't badmouth them. Even if you are leaving them based on conflicts on whatever that is happening, right? But please be positive. Don't badmouth them. You are applying for a job here, right? These people are your potential employer. If you badmouth those, what are you saying about yourself to these ones? Okay? But your approach should be very much positive. To say, I'm just making an examples. Number one, you know what? Yes, indeed, it's true that I'm intending to leave that particular employer as I'm here contesting, right? But I'm happy there. However, I'm leaving because of the career growth. Okay? This post is bringing a certain element that is not there in what I'm already doing. So I want to grow in this element. It's career growth. Everyone? I'm living based on the career growth. I remember one time as well, I'll make an example about me as well. When I was leaving one of the organizations in Eastern Cape, I was coming to Gauteng to join another organization. They contested, they contested a lot. They increased the offer, which was on the table and all that. Then I said to them, no. This is not about money. But at the back of the mind, money was part of the reasons. But the most reason was that this post I'm going to, it's a national post, right? And it's doing a lot of programs in it, which means experience-wise, it's going to be very good opportunity for me to grow, right? Because here, I'm doing one thing and I'm mastering it now, right? But there, where I'm going to be doing 5 more things which are not here. So it's career growth related for me. You don't badmouth them, career growth related. Number 2, the reason you can say, yeah, it's career growth, it's culture, it's culture, it's values and all that. You know what? I'm happy where I am, but when I was looking at your vision, right, looking at your culture, at your values, I've seen that I'm more aligned here than where I am, right? I'm more aligned here than where I am. It's culture, right? Organizational culture. It's organizational culture. 3, it's also as well the issue of the self-development, career development. When I looked where I am, structures are corner, it's project management related structure, it's project manager, it's project coordinator and all that. When I'm checking here, its structure organogram is very different. It has got assistant directors, deputy directors, chief directors, DDGs up to the DG. So for me, right, I'm aspiring, I'm aspiring to be DG one day, to be DDG one day. So this organization, right, organization structure actually talks to that. So I would love to grow in this organization, right? Because I'm inspiring to be a director, to be a deputy director general one day. So I'm inspiring to that. So this is the platform for me to grow. To that particular area. So those are the issues that you raise in answering this question. And please be positive. Don't be negative. Don't be negative. Like, they are not paying. Those guys are paying me peanuts. No. Don't go to those areas. Keep it positive. Make sure that you always put a positive vibe so that they see that you are actually growing and growing. Your aim is to grow. It's career growth and development. Career growth and development rather than bringing all the stories. We know that employments are not the same and sometimes we leave because there's just toxic environment where we're working. So, but you don't go into those details. You actually capitalize on the career growth and development, right? So yes, I trust that it makes sense. and you are gaining a lot of gaining a lot of help in this podcast. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you so very much. And again, let's encourage those people that have not yet subscribed to subscribe, please, to like, to share, as well as to click the notification button, because we actually upload two videos every week. So please click the notification button so that you get notified when that comes live. So thank you, and thank you.